Let's not be shy about it. If you put a man rabbit with his dingley-doo into a cage with a lady rabbit who hasn't got a winkle, then you get the Crow Show with your host.
An Irishman, an Irishman, an Irishman, an Irishman, an Irishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman. And I think an Australian as well.
So,
sit back,
relax,
and enjoy.
And I'm done. Good night.
Okay. Since you're done, let's start this up. Finally get something worthwhile on this show.
What do you mean? I'm here every week.
I'm just kidding, too.
Exactly his point.
Ouch.
what the hell is that?
Hang on.
Okay,
Who's vacuuming?
Who's vacuuming in their room at this point in time?
Wait, no. Who's using the vacuum for something else?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's Sal's battery-operated Swedish-made penis and larger pump.
That's why he said, "Hold on a second, I had to go put it away."
That was a solid Austin Powers reference.
Wow, this is a great way to start the show. Just rib on each other the whole time. We do a whole show about ribbing each other.
And welcome to the Crow Show roasting session.
Yeah.
Right? I'd say that's a large chunk of our show.
Yeah, that's at
Roasting
least
each other. Agreed.
Yeah.
a quarter to a third of the time. We're at least always doing that. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, like,
I'm here, so roasting.
Change it from
like
the Crow
I'm
Show
gonna
to the
be, I'm gonna be
roast
nice
show.
and not mention that Chaos's vape sounds like a fucking jet engine.
That's all right.
Fucking jet engine chaos.
It's like
Hey,
a fucking turbo
Which
spool.
one? I'm using one of three tonight.
I think
I don't know. Yours are always fucking loud.
I think Chaos just comes on just so he can, talk about his vape machines all the time and let us listen to it. I think that's the point. Am I onto something there,
Guys,
Chaos?
hold up. Let me get this new one out.
No, I haven't bought a new one in a while.
Sounds like fucking Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get.
Yeah,
the show
who's
on
over
the
there
road. What are
hitting
we
their
talking?
vape and talking shit?
That wasn't me.
Sal.
I forgot to move the microphone above my head that time. I apologize.
I don't know. This is mine.
At some point, this shit's just going to keep happening. We're going to have to turn this into the vape show because that's all I hear most of the time.
Nah, because I don't really like to talk about it. Only when I have problems with it. That's the only when I really bring mine up.
No, I just hear the vaping.
Like, hey, how do I fix this?
I'd say vaping is at least a third of the show. You'll hear that.
I don't really hear it in the show though, with the background music and stuff.
Oh, well, that's if I turn the music on. That's why I usually actually turn on background music. So
Like
I
the
can't hear
Veterans
anything.
Day special, Jack turned on the patriotic
Yeah, you wouldn't turn that shit off.
Oh, we all stopped. Said, "What the fuck is that?"
No, Brad was like, turn that shit off. On the Veterans Day special.
Right.
Douchebag.
All right, let's get this shoe on the road.
Yes.
All right.
I have hit record. I am good to go.
Yeah, I've already hit it too, so good to go.
So
Yes.
where'd we land? What are we talking tonight?
Well, you guys were talking about movies to books. I don't know.
Vice
Aliens
versa?
was also brought up. I could talk that as well.
I don't
Yeah,
know
Yeah,
what
books to
Aliens
movies
is.
was the other one.
What's
Which,
up?
speaking of, I actually I picked something up last week that applies to both. I bought the Aliens Compendium.
No way.
Yeah, it's all three Aliens books in one giant ass novel that I'm never probably gonna read.
Nice.
But it was free and it's awesome.
I did get a hold of that Alien Covenant. It's not worth it.
Now I'm gonna watch it. I've seen all of them, so.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
See,
good.
I like Aliens, but I'm fucking terrified of the prospect of aliens in real life.
Yeah, you're
they're
thinking
not gonna come friendly. People
Yeah,
are like,
we're
"They'll
all
be
thinking-
friendly. I'm
We
like,
don't
"Why?
fucking
We're
know
being
that."
nice to each other.
we're all thinking Independence Day situation here.
Yeah, that's not how it's gonna happen.
I'm more worried about like fire in the sky kind of situation.
That's not how it's gonna happen.
Well, how's
Lots
it gonna
of
happen, Sal?
lots of abduction and probing.
If an advanced civilization could trek in their own lifespan across the fucking interstellar universe, they could wipe us out very easily. A virus, a fucking railgun based from
Yeah.
space,
Right.
some crazy
But-
futuristic plasma type
Yeah,
shit.
if they got the technology to do that, they got way
Well, I'm
better
looking
shit
at
than
it
we do.
this way.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it this way. If they're going to come down here, raise hell, that means there was something wrong with their planet to begin with, and we have a better atmosphere that they want.
Or
Yeah,
they
no
could
no
just
amount of
want
Jeff
the
Goldblum's gonna
resources.
save us.
Yeah, and they don't want to share.
No amount of Jeff Goldblum.
That's right.
Oh, you mean Will Smith?
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, wasn't it Jeff Goldblum? Did
The
he write
idea
the
that
virus?
We could ever win against an
Yeah, he wrote that.
intergalactic
Him and Will Smith
alien
actually
species.
went and executed everything.
Right. Now, wasn't Jeff Goldblum in Contact too?
Don't remember.
All right. Well, never mind. Moving on.
Yep.
I don't have all my
Swing
Jeff
into
Goldblum
TV.
trivia.
The Storm, back in the day, old 90s TV. Any of you guys see it?
The Storm?
Yes, I remember it.
Fairly remember. A little bit.
I don't
Some
remember it being
crazy
good.
dude Came, they were on an island. I love it now. Watched it again.
Is it a Netflix
It's really
thing now?
good. No. You'd
No,
have
it's probably
to-
not on there. It was an old straight like cable TV after
Yeah, it
school
was a
movie kind of deal.
two-part movie for TV.
Just like they did with The
A
Stand.
dude came. Yeah, The Stand that was really good too. I was gonna mention that one. Damn it, you just took it. But yeah,
And
the
it, all in one
some
sentence.
guy comes to steal a child, or he'll kill the whole town, basically. And they're on an island. It's like the devil himself or something.
Yeah,
So-
then Jeff Goldblum saved them.
So to answer your question, Rob, was not Jeff Goldblum in Contact.
Oh, okay.
That was Jeffrey Blake, I think it was.
I got the first half right.
Yeah.
I was close. I was in the ballpark.
Yeah. You had a Jeff in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Like,
Yeah, I think I'm definitely excited about it. I'm gonna say that again
Yes.
because that is another one that was an awesome book that was made into a really
Oh,
good
definitely an
movie.
awesome book.
And that's the
I
thing. The movie, it wasn't a real movie. It was like made for TV movies.
Mhm.
Isn't
So,
that basically
I
an
think it was
Alien
pretty
still,
fucking
too?
Terrifying for only being on cable.
Isn't that basically an Alien still? Comes
Yeah,
down.
No.
they broke it up into what? They broke it
No,
up
he's a
into how
monster.
many parts?
I don't remember. I've only
Like
watched
3 or
it.
4.
I've only watched it straight through when they released it on VHS. But
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 parts.
Why do I
Because
keep
the
thinking
VHS
that's
The
the
DVD
story was an
VHS and
alien?
DVD were like what? 4.5 hours long, right?
yeah, it's pretty long.
I thought it was an alien though. It crashed, and it just transmitted like nightmarish figures. Like it looks like a clown to people,
Oh.
but it's not.
That's exactly what it is.
Was he an alien?
Yes.
It crashed and it just transmits like your deepest fear, and then that's what you see.
Oh, it provided the hallucination. Pennywise was just a hallucination.
Yeah. He was the big crab monster at the end.
Mm-hmm.
They have to hit it with its own special
dead
metal.
lights.
Yeah, the deadlights.
Now,
Sir?
the one I didn't care for, that they totally ripped the fucking book apart, pissed me off because I read it.
Hunger Games.
No.
Rip off of Battle Royale.
Dreamcatcher.
Twilight. Oh.
Fuck Twilight. Team Edward or Team whatever and shove it up their ass.
Yeah. Lisa Frank vampires.
Sparkly vampires. Fucking dumbass premise for a movie.
Fucking Lisa Frank vampires and hunky werewolves.
My oldest went to watch that shit on my big ass TV in the living room. I said, "You better not put that shit on my TV. Take it to your room."
Like, no, you go watch that somewhere in the dark, ashamed of
Right.
yourself.
Right.
You ain't putting that on my 55 inch.
Put on a fucking dress while you do it.
Pretty much. What's that one movie?
I'm a
Never
bad
get
parent.
through it. Like 6 girlfriends have tried to fucking get me to watch this movie. So I think it's Lake House or Notebook or some shit like that.
The Lake House.
Oh,
with,
that's two different
God,
movies.
dude.
yeah, it's two different
it
movies.
It's either one of them. I've never made it more than
Who-
like 15 minutes. into
Keanu
it.
Reeves is the Lake
I'm
House.
sleeping.
I can't remember dude's name that was
Oh,
in the Notebook.
shit.
I've seen both.
Same dude that was in
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
I kind of like the Lake House better than I like the Notebook, though. If I have to watch one of them, but yeah,
I was not a fan of either.
I don't remember either of them more than 15 minutes in because I'm fucking just
Right.
asleep. I have no idea what it is, but those are the only movies that have ever knocked my ass unconscious.
well,
See, I've looked at
The
my
Lake
wife
House
really
is about
does not
time
get
travel.
into movies like that.
I think it's Lake House then.
Lake House is about time travel. It's segmenting
That's
different.
pretty much what The Walking Dead did to me. Fucking put me to sleep. I'm sorry, but I just can't get into the.
Well, there's a
Walking-
lot of drama on The
Knock
Walking
me
Dead,
fuck
but
out.
it's mostly about survival more than zombies. I mean, you got the zombies in there, but it's only like a quarter of the show mostly
It's a
for
human
zombies.
experiment.
Huh?
It's a big human experiment. That's what Walking Dead is.
Yeah,
It's to see
basically.
how fucked up people will get.
Yeah, I
Essentially.
guess.
Pushed to extremes.
I think it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would totally go full Negan.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd go full Rick, and then we'd have a confrontation. That'd be cool.
The fucking Rictatorship.
Another series, another couple they put on from book to movies were from the Anne Rice novels, Interview with the Vampire and Queen of the Damned, I think it was.
Yep, I never read either book
With
though.
the vampire
I liked Interview with a Vampire.
awesome book.
Interview with the Vampire was missing a lot of stuff, but they did a very good job of
They
Yes.
did an
It was a
awesome job
great
with
movie.
Interview with the
it.
Vampire.
And,
Queen of the Damned was
I'm not
bullshit.
a big Tom Cruise fan, but I will say he plays an awesome Lestat. That part was made for him because
Brad
Lestat
Pitt
was
was great.
Lestat was a fucking snake, just like Tom Cruise is a snake. Perfect
Right.
for him. So,
Okay.
Did you guys see that Brendan Fraser tweeted out some shit after he saw
About the
how
mummy?
horrible
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mummy did?
Yeah, I popped that in the claim.
If it ain't
section
broke,
one day.
don't fix it.
Right.
Right.
I started fucking dying. I was like, that is hysterical.
How's Tom Cruise's 4 foot tall ass supposed to beat down the mummy?
It's like
He didn't have to beat his
5'5".
way up to beat back down, you know?
Fucking
Mommy's just gonna be like, man, who sent the fucking kindergartner?
right. Why is he here? He's so small.
You know, yeah.
Now, for this conversation, are we counting comic books to movies, or is it just novelizations?
Comic
books
is a
and
book.
anime? Or
Spawn, they need to make another one.
They are making another one,
They are?
they
Yeah,
who?
they're remaking it.
Who's they?
and it sounds pretty fucking terrible.
Well,
Oh,
it's
like
still
the first
Spawn.
one
We'll all
wasn't
go
terrible.
see it.
Come on.
Oh, the first one was god awful. I just had a bad movie night not too long ago. I rewatched fucking Stallone's Judge Dredd and Spawn right after it.
I mean, it sounds same time. Oh, both. Oh God.
I just had a fucking
The
4-hour
new
cheese fest.
Red movie is way better.
Yeah, the new one's awesome.
Oh, New Dredd was great. New Dredd.
They were strictly comic book on that.
Yeah, like he didn't even fucking take his helmet off the whole time, just like Dredd in the comics. Stallone barely ever wore it.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, he had to get his face out everywhere.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's
him.
big ass fucking beak he got though, man.
I mean, look at the
Hello?
Expendables. Look at any
Yeah.
of the Expendable movies or any of the Rocky, any movie at all. He's got his face in like 90% of the film. Even just the profile, it's there.
Yep.
He's got to have his face.
He,
Yeah,
had
but for-
he even
for
had his
Judge
face in
Dredd-
another shitty movie, Last Action Hero. He wasn't even in the movie.
He did. He was in that movie.
Wait, what?
He was a cardboard sign.
Yep.
Oh,
Video
that's
store.
right.
Because it was a world where Stallone was a fucking fictional character and not Stallone, fucking Schwarzenegger was a fictional character, not a real actor.
So he was Terminator and all that shit.
Yeah, fucking Stallone was the Terminator. It was great.
That was
Probably
pretty
the
funny.
only good part of the movie.
Yeah, that was pretty damn funny.
You know, I never actually got to see the whole Last Action Hero movie. And that was when I was a kid with my dad. He took me to see it, and we walked out of the theater. I can't remember why, but we just walked out halfway. It could have been that bad, or my
It
dad
was
didn't
just
like it,
that bad of a movie.
or I don't know. You know?
Donnie, get down!
But you know, when you're a kid, you'll watch just about anything.
Oh yeah,
I'll still
know.
watch just about anything. I'm a B-movie fanatic.
yeah, same here.
So, you like the Sharknado movies?
Oh, kinda.
For the camp factor.
Yeah,
Kinda.
for the funniness of them, yeah. But
You know, when I saw
there's
the
that part of
shark
my
fly
brain
down,
that's all scientific about it, and I'm like, this can't fucking happen.
you know,
I think my favorite part that I saw was the shark came flying out of the tornado. They were on like a freeway overpass or something, and dude had a chainsaw, just held
And he
it up.
cut the shark
yeah,
in
that's what
half.
I'm talking
Yes.
about. He flew through the tornado
I was
into
like,
the shark's
oh my
mouth, cut his way out,
No,
Yes,
and he was okay.
like,
it was so bad.
The 3,000 pounds of biting pressure didn't kill him at all.
Mosquito.
No, he just
Oh
slid
my
right in there.
You guys need to watch the movie Mosquito.
Oh, I've seen Mosquito with the giant mutated
With
mosquitoes.
the blue screen mosquitoes.
Yep,
Like, oh my god, it's a blue screen.
You want to see even worse? Watch Ticks.
Oh, Tick's bad. Terror Tunes.
There's an old movie, and they did a book on it too. Big Ben. Giant
neither.
rats.
Oh Christ! Wasn't that
Giant man-eating rats.
Night Shift by Stephen King?
Graveyard Shift,
Oh,
Graveyard Shift, yeah.
which they also made a movie about, and it's actually a good movie.
I know. I
like
liked it.
that movie still.
Christine was a very good movie. Came out from a book.
Love Chris.
The new one?
Wasn't Critters a book before it was a movie too?
I don't know. I thought Critters was just a Gremlins ripoff.
Actually, I think
Christine
was
Critters
good.
and Gremlins came out at the same time.
My all-time favorite Stephen King book is Desperation, and they made it into a shitty B movie starring Ron Perlman.
I think I remember this one.
So I saw Ron Perlman on the case. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this movie's gonna be great, and it's one of my favorite books. No, it was bad. It was so bad.
Hey, you were sorely disappointed.
I was, man. Like, holy crap! It's like the worst part was they did spot on casting for all the characters. Everybody was just like you picture them when you read the book. But the rest of the movie was just so fucking horrible.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, it's not even that hard to do. Like this fucking.
Probably.
It's based on a fucking demon. I mean, you don't even see the demon. You don't have to. What? They barely needed special effects. They needed to, like, maybe train some dogs that look like wolves, or train some wolves. Or
They
even
look
just
like
CGI some good-looking wolves.
Just something.
My favorite.
Put a fucking
Stephen
guy in a
King
dog
book-
costume.
My favorite Stephen King book to movie was the original Shining.
The
Jack
book
Nicholson.
is great. The movie was good for what it was, but it was
With
not
Jack Nicholson,
accurate. to
not
the
the
book.
remake.
Why is it I couldn't sit through the whole Shining movie? I couldn't watch
Because
the
it's
whole
like 6
thing.
hours long.
That's
Yeah, that's
friggin'
probably
long.
why. Yeah.
And
It'd be
then they-
faster to read the book.
They did a 3-part miniseries on the remake for TV,
I didn't even know they made a remake.
and they cut a lot of the stuff out of the original movie just to fit it on for 3 weeks.
But yeah, it was a decent movie.
Did you guys ever watch any of the Cubes? The Cube? The...
Oh, the Cube.
No.
Good movie. Both of them were.
Nope, not me.
Yeah,
Little
that's
fucked
a no
up,
for me too.
But they were good.
I never, I didn't understand why, she was just kind of in the experiment. She gets out at the end and the U.S. government kills her for her knowledge. It's like, don't you want to ask her any questions? What's the point of going through all that shit and then just kill her at the end? Like, yeah, you can't see any of that. Just wanted to make sure it worked. Like, what the fuck? What was that all about?
God damn it!
Sorry, did I ruin it for
No,
you?
I didn't watch any of those. Not ruining shit for me.
Okay. I never got that though. It's like, okay, so now she has all the knowledge, and you're gonna let her, she's gonna give herself up to be killed for just being there. Never made any sense. The whole movie was pretty good up till that point, and then I'm like, okay, I don't get it anymore. But I mean, like movies to books or books to
Are you
movies.
talking about the Hypercube, the second one?
I think it was the Hypercube, yeah.
Because the first one didn't end like that.
No, I'm just talking about that particular one. But
Wow. Well, you should say that, because the Cube is the first one and the Hypercube is the second.
Okay.
Ooh, it goes hyper.
It gets fucking buck, dude. It's this crazy cube filled with cubes, essentially. And they've got, most of the rooms have traps in them.
you're going through
All right.
multi-dimensions too.
Find a random, well, that's the second one.
Mm. Okay.
That's Hypercube, not Cube.
I was thinking of the cell, not the cube.
Yeah, the Cube I'd actually recommend watching it. It's actually pretty good. The second one's a little fucking goofy.
Don't tell me how to live my
Really
life.
goofy. But the first one's really good.
Yeah, Hypercube I wasn't really into, but I mean, if we're gonna talk books to movies and stuff, I think for me, The Lord of the Rings is really. I mean, they cut so much stuff. They could have made that 3 parts for the first book.
That last movie was so long. They should have just cut that movie in half.
Yeah, they need to make 3 parts for each book.
It had an ending, then an ending, and then an ending, and then another ending, and then another ending. I was like, what's with all the fucking endings?
2-parters for you.
Yeah,
That is one of the ones I did read some of the books for. I never read all of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Well,
I did read The Hobbit, but then I never watched it.
I mean, if we're going to talk about some real things as far as Lord of the Rings go, in The Lord of the Rings, Frodo gets saved by Tom Bombadil, a character called Tom Bombadil. And it's interesting because in the book, it's got about like a whole chapter for Tom Bombadil. But the movie just totally cuts him out altogether. And he saves Frodo like 3 different times in the book.
Yeah.
So this character who can put the one ring on that rules them all, laugh, not be affected by it, not disappear, nothing at all, completely not in the movie. It's like, what the hell?
Well,
It was like one of the best parts of the book.
Fun facts.
You know?
You know that scene where Aragorn, where the one big orc in the first movie fucking chucks a knife at him? And he cuts it out of the air? That was accidentally a real knife. He did that shit.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
They fucking fucked up some like Brandon Lee type shit and threw a real fucking knife at him. He was like, "Ba-ding!"
Bitch, please.
Forget what he did. One other thing in that movie that was actually fucking something he actually did. That's all crazy. I forget what it was though. He also broke his arm during the filming of that movie.
Those are movies that I saw them all in the theaters. I bought them all, and then I've never watched them again.
That's how it goes, though, with gigantic, big series of something.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's just so fucking tasking. Like, I don't want to do it again.
That's how it was with Braveheart, too. I love the movie. I watched it whenever somebody would want me to come over and see it. Then I bought it, and I would never watch it. It's just too damn long to, put the effort into sit through the whole
by God,
thing.
I watch Red Dawn every time it's on TV. But
yeah.
Hey, you know what I do? I put in Titanic and fast forward to when the ship sinks.
Yeah, did they just sell like the last bit of the movie?
The whole
hey,
movie
hey,
was
spoiler
dumb.
alerts, okay?
The ship sinks.
Wait, what do you mean spoiler
In
alert?
case you haven't read a fucking book.
You haven't been to history class yet.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of solidified that I really don't read.
Listen, graphic novels are still books, bro.
Well, in that case, I read a lot.
They got words, right?
Not a lot.
I do gotta say, Preacher is definitely an honorable mention for me as far as comic book to movie or TV show goes.
Is that good?
Because, oh my God, they are doing spot on. Like probably the best they could do with a cable TV show. Because really, you can't do most of what happens in the comics on TV.
Well, it's like Walking Dead.
Now, Walking Dead, they get away with a lot. They're pretty close too. They just dramatize a lot of stuff. And
it's probably because they're on AMC and they can put on whatever the fuck they want.
Preacher's on AMC too.
That might be why.
But there's a lot of craziness in the comics that they just fucking can't do in the books. I mean,
like,
on TV.
Morgan isn't even supposed to be alive, I don't think. At this point. I think he was died long ago. I don't think he was supposed to be this long in the making.
I don't think so either.
Well, there's a lot of people that they switched up their fucking roles and how long they lasted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Abraham died with the arrow, actually, instead of the other girl. That's what I think. Comics. Abraham took the arrow initially, so he was supposed to be dead, and then the comics were like, well, this guy's supposed to be dead, kill him. And he did. So.
But he was awesome.
Yeah, Abraham was pretty good. That brute force.
He had some of the best lines in the whole show, too.
Yep.
Son of a dick.
When we got together, I thought you were the last girl in the world. You aren't.
Yeah. Fucking brutal.
Dude, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. She could just kill him. And no one would probably be like, oh, well. It happens.
Like the other one, we was talking about her shaving him down dolphin smooth. No, what was it? There was another one too. Oh, is it Mother Dick?
Mother Dick.
You know, when he beat up Eugene, that was one of my favorite parts there.
It was from Talking
Oh
Dead.
yeah, would have just fucking laid him out.
Remember Porch Dick?
Yep, porch dick.
Fucking. Oh, that was great. I loved that episode of Talking Dead after that. Talking Dead is a great show.
It is funny. I mean,
And I love when Marilyn Manson was on the show.
he seemed fucking
No one,
high
he was
as
on
balls
some-
that whole episode.
he was on some fucking like heroin or something. Because
He's probably on something all the time.
Unaware.
Yeah, he was definitely not sober. He was drunk or high as balls. It was a good episode. I liked it.
It was. Because they just made fun of him the whole time.
Pretty much.
Like, no, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're like a 50-year-old goth, man. Like, just
No,
stop.
But remember when they tried to blame him for people killing people?
Yeah, that was back. That was back when I was a
Back in the
teenager
90s.
listening to Marilyn Manson.
Right. And all of us were like, how come I haven't killed anybody?
Right?
I listened to the same shit.
Like, I pretty much only listen to metal.
They're violent people.
Right? Like, that's all I listen to is fucking angry, violent metal. And I've never even been in a fight, let alone fucking wanted to murder. Well, let alone murdered. So I've wanted to murder plenty of people.
Wait, you've never been in a fight?
Nah,
For real?
I'm a fairly large Irish dude. People don't really fuck with me that much.
Yeah. You can have a
was
certain
almost
face and
my
pretense,
life.
and
People
people
love
aren't gonna do anything to you.
And if they do, I don't back down. So they usually back down first. So
Well, that's generally.
it's never really been an issue.
Yeah. Causing fear.
I had a kid kick me in the ribs once in high school. I laughed at him. Stood up, said, "You really want to do this?"
Yeah, then he realized you didn't move, so he's like, probably should stop.
Yeah, well, he kicked me in the ribs, and I didn't budge. I just looked up at him. Really, man? Stood up, cracked the knuckles. You really want to do this?
I had something similar like that when I was in school. I had this kid behind me. He tried to headbutt me, but one thing that he didn't realize is you don't headbutt somebody in the back of the head. So he headbutt me as hard as he could. He was like, "Ah!"
He caved in his own
What
forehead.
did you do? Why did you do that? I was like, "Are you stupid?" I didn't even feel anything, and he's just like feeling this intense pain because he hit
Honestly,
me at the hardest
you
part of
probably
my
shouldn't
skull.
be headbutting anybody in general, like fucking.
No, that's a horrible maneuver.
I know.
Yeah, well, listen,
Yeah, I mean,
Breaking
Unless-
someone's nose with your forehead is actually quite painful. I've done it. It's not a pleasant feeling. Did it one time. Never
unless
thought about
you're-
doing that dumb shit again.
yeah, all
unless
you're gonna
you're
do is fucking ring your own bell.
unless
Exactly.
you're Samoan or Maorian. Okay.
What?
Unless you're a Samoan or Maori. Them dudes got some
Nah, dude.
fucking hard heads.
I don't even give a shit. You break someone's nose on your forehead, and you're in pain.
Yeah.
Not massive pain, but enough that you're like, I'm never doing that again intentionally.
Well, you know what it
Unless
is? It's
I
fucking-
have to.
It's movies and TV that make people do that shit in real life.
That's
though.
exactly why I fucking did it.
No, it's that WWE bullshit.
Learned my fucking lesson there.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna fucking.
Movies
oh, yeah?
aren't,
You want to talk shit to me? And then I'm like, I'm gonna do that shit they do in the movies. I'm gonna break this dude's nose with my forehead.
Yeah, well, they got all that crap from
Wow.
that. They got all
Broke
that
the
crap
shit
from-
out of his nose. Hurt the fuck out of my forehead.
Whoever thought
Yeah,
about
like
that?
that.
Did somebody just watch a bull
That is not-
attacking all the
that's
time and
not
just think,
acceptable.
"Hey, this can work"?
Why would you? I'm sitting there. The dude's fucking basically in tears because I just broke his nose. But I'm like, motherfucking son of a bitch, that hurt
Mother
really
dick.
bad. Like, I did not expect that to hurt this bad. Oh, keep that in fucking memory. This is increasingly painful.
Yeah, unless you're born with horns on your skull, probably it's not gonna be good for you to ever try that.
Okay. Easy there, Hellboy.
So, there's something, if
Yeah,
anyone
let's see,
listening to this gets into fights,
we
don't
grew up.
think you're a hard ass and headbutt somebody because you win fights. Because you're going to win that fight, but you're going to fucking regret it.
Well, we grew up in the era of the times where they didn't have to put "Don't try this at home" because we weren't complete fucking idiots.
I don't know. I tried a lot of that stuff at home.
Yeah, and quite honestly, when they said "Don't try this at home,"
So basically,
almost
Rob
guaranteed I was
just
trying
said,
that at home.
"Speak for yourself."
I remember those
But
warnings.
it was the era before the internet, and we didn't have cable.
That was
Those
the era
warnings
before we ended up
awesome.
with a bunch of pansy crybabies.
Yeah, the
You know.
snowflake generation.
Yep. You get hurt, you get up, you dust yourself off, go back to doing whatever.
Yep.
Today's generation,
You
they
want
call
to
out
get
and
an
a fucking-
award just for showing up.
Today's generation, they get a
Motherfucker, you
fucking.
didn't win just by being born.
Right?
Well,
How can you say that? How about people who are born all fucked up?
How about
They won?
just take a look around our world? You kind of lost the
well,
lottery by
it's
being born.
today's generation. They get a paper cut. They're in the fucking hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Is a safe space thing a real
My
thing
old,
in certain
fuck yeah.
states?
Don't get me started on that.
well, it's not states, but it's in colleges.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I've never heard about it here in Wisconsin because, I mean, our state is
No, you wouldn't.
kind of normal still.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
There's actually towns out here where I live that are like instituting safe spaces like in the town,
Are you fucking kidding me?
like outside of college campuses. Yeah, like the
Like that goes against. Pretty sure it's our First Amendment rights.
what was it somewhere in Lynn, Massachusetts? They're looking to put a safe space for people in the town to go to. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been to that town. There's nowhere safe in that town.
That's
Like,
awesome.
This is the town that I ran over a fucking empty soda bottle on the street and it popped, and I saw like 5 people on the sidewalk duck for cover. Like,
Sounds
bitch,
like
it's
my
not a
old
drive-by. I
neighborhood.
just fucking ran over some trash.
Right, and what gun is that fucking quiet? A 22?
Right.
Why are you ducking? It's a 22. If you're like 40 feet away, it's not going to kill you. It hits a bone, it's going to stop. Unless it's a fucking
Entirely
rifle.
accurate.
If it's a
It's not those
22
crazy fucking Judas
Yeah, I
bullets.
know.
on the
I'm
gauge.
just messing around.
Wait, what are we talking about? I want to get a beer.
Totally shot him. Shot one of my buddies fucking his 45, son of a bitch. I thought it was his 9. And he found out that I actually shoot better than he does. He was like, that's fucked up. I'm like, yeah, well, you point and shoot. It's a very simple device.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so good with guns. I was the one guy at the range that got told, you gotta stop. I don't know what you're shooting at, but it ain't your target.
Damn!
It's all in the wrist.
Pretty much.
Wrestling and shooting
I
guns
just
is all in the wrist.
I shot 6 shots, and all 6 hit the center of the fucking... around the center of the fucking tree log that we were shooting at.
I blame the gun.
Well, Sal, if you're standing 2 feet away from it, it's not that hard.
Well, I was about 30 feet away.
I don't know. I shot marksman in boot camp
Oh,
with a
I don't-
Beretta, but using the SIG 40 cal, I couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, his fucking stupid ass fucking gun pissed me off.
Yeah.
First off, because I was deaf. We didn't have any earplugs or anything like that.
You
so,
probably
you know,
should.
I'm along with Bill Burr on the fucking. A 22 is the perfect gun for home protection. Because even though it's not super lethal, it will more than do the job. Hell, as he
12
says,
gauge loaded first shot.
I can
with first
fucking-
shot is-
dude, I can defend my house with a fully automatic BB gun.
You know,
You bust through my
airsoft?
front door and I light your ass. No, an actual fully automatic BB gun, metal BB guns. Not
I've
another
seen some-
airsoft bullshit.
I've seen some airsoft stuff that shoots
guarantee
the steel
you,
pellets in there.
You stop coming in. Well,
They do
steel
hurt.
pellets are a BB gun. Airsoft guns are with the plastic rounds.
Well, I've seen people use some of the airsoft stuff, and they loaded it with the metal pellets or the metal. Yeah, I guess it was
can't,
BBs.
they're
I don't
not
know
the same
what else
size.
it could have been, but they were shooting people with it, so I didn't get shot with it, but other people in the field were getting shot with it. Didn't look like it felt good though, but
No,
they
That
wanted
shit
to go to
leaves
the point
fucking-
to
tiny
Just-
bruises and welts.
just breaking
crazy.
skin. That's what they wanted to do.
Yep, that's what it does. It doesn't. You don't bleed, but it makes your skin red.
I think it hurts more than a
What?
paintball.
What book or movie was that in?
What?
I'm just being a dick.
It was in some
Oh.
book or movie.
No, I was playing some airsoft with some other people I knew some years back, and some people wanted really strong airsoft guns, and we were doing some military tactics style things. You know, we had two teams trying to assault each other, and I basically crawled up on them through the dirt between all the tall grass, and I got up right close to them, and I shot a few of them. Shot one in the back, and I shot another two. And then I just waited at their base for them to come back, and I killed the rest of them. But it was kind of fun. But some of them had like the
Fucking camper.
hey, I'm at their base. What do you want me to do? Hunt them down? And it was funny. They had the sniper waiting for me too, and I just crawled right past them in the front because I went as slow as possible. You know, I did the I was basically on my face trying to get up to the guy. But they weren't.
Story of your
They-
life.
They weren't trained in anything really, so they didn't really see anything cut. Like, they couldn't figure out where I was going to come from, or where our team was going to come from. Me and my other friend, we slaughtered their whole team. And they were doing this stuff for like years. We just came in one week. I'm like, hey, let's try this out.
Yeah, better
But,
equipment doesn't always mean you're gonna win. You know, got those guys that like paintball guys. When I used to paintball back in the day, you'd
Yeah.
have the guy out there with a $1,200 gun, and I'd still school him with my fucking Tippmann '98 rental.
Yeah, it's not that hard to kill people in paintball and shit.
Nah,
Most of them have no tactical know-how, and
the only guy that was a pain in the
Like,
ass
let's
was the one dude who always wore a fucking full ghillie suit.
yeah, that
You
would
son of a bitch! This is a fucking weekend hobby.
right. Why are you here?
Like, man, I'm 16. I fucking worked all week to afford to come do this. You're gonna fucking be a bush.
Well, he lived his whole life
He's
as
gonna
a
be a
bush.
douchey bush. He's gonna be a douchey bush.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know.
So, other books to movies that I fucking really enjoyed was Hideaway. Did anybody see the movie Hideaway or read the book?
no. What's that about?
Crazy serial killer guy who, I guess he like died and came back to life as a child, and now he's like incredibly photosensitive, so he always wears sunglasses and only goes out at night.
So he turned
And
into
he's
a
got this
vampire?
fucking, he thinks he's he thinks he's doing something for Satan, or he even might be. They never really say, I don't think.
Basically, the
But
premise is about a
he
vampire.
crossed over and then crossed back, and fucking he becomes this crazy serial killer. He lives in like an old rundown amusement park in the haunted house, and kills women and fucking makes crazy statues out of their bodies. Yeah.
Wow.
And basically, like, the whole premise is that this other dude and his wife go off the road on a mountain pass during a snowstorm. The husband dies and gets brought back to life at the hospital. And now he's like connected to this other dude who died and came back. So like when he sleeps and shit, like he can see through this guy's eyes. So like he's seeing the murders and things happen.
Hmm.
It was a pretty good movie. It was
Hmm.
It was a Dean Koontz book, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Never ending one.
Another horror writer.
The one I do like is The Vampire Hunter D, but I've already mentioned that tons of times. I'm actually on the 9th book right now.
We know you love the D.
No, it's actually a great series. The 9th book that I'm reading right now is really good. But I think there's like 23 volumes, so I'm on the 9th volume right now.
Are the animes based on the books, or did the books start after the anime?
The first one, I think the first one is, yeah, the books are first, and then the animes try to be based on the books. Yeah, the movie is based on the books, but they did do a manga about it. The writer, Yoshida Kitsune, yeah, I think that's his name. He wasn't really, I don't think he was a fan of manga, but yeah, the second movie is kind of a combination of two different books. And the first one might be just based off of one of them. Probably the first or second one, I can't remember right now. But yeah, it's like the books are really good. They kind of pick up. The movie's good, and I like the movies, and the visuals are great, but the books, definitely the best.
See, the bulk of my anime experience is tentacle porn, so I don't really...
Yeah, I guess you're not going to have much to say on that. But
The Fisherman's Wife, great movie, great book.
Never seen it.
About it.
Archer reference, tentacle porn.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't remember that
surprised
part.
at all of you guys. Nobody's mentioned the Green Mile yet.
That's because the movie was god awful.
I like that movie.
Did you read the books?
I only saw half the
Yeah,
movie.
that's why you like the movie.
Should
The
read
books,
book.
the books were amazing. Like the whole fucking mini series or whatever the hell,
That
whatever you call a
movie's
series of
missing-
books.
That movie's missing like 3 or 4 other criminals.
It's missing about 3/4 of the story.
Yep.
It could have been good. The casting was good.
I gotta give it to him though. They actually got the mouse part right. He drove that fucking crazy.
Yep. And they were pretty good with like the way the fucking bees and shit came out of him. But
Yep.
that was pretty cool. But they missed a lot of the important parts from the books. Same thing. I heard Dark Tower is pretty good. I read the first Dark Tower. I didn't read all of the Dark Tower series.
Well,
I've
I'll
read
tell you
a
the
few of the
movie
Dark
was
Towers. They're good.
the movie. I wasn't really impressed with when I was watching it. You know, it was just kind of I don't know. It felt so
Have you-
bland. It was like
Have you
McConaughey
read The
in
Gunslinger?
huh?
Have you read The Gunslinger?
No, I got to the part where they're talking about the gunslinger and he's talking and you know, little boy's there that wants to help him because he's
This is
psychic.
the
and
Dark
he's-
Tower Gunslinger. That's what this one is. It's based off of that book. I
Yeah.
suggest you read that book, The Gunslinger, and that will catch you up as to what's going on.
I'm not really a Stephen King fan, though. I don't read any of his stuff.
I don't
The only-
think he wrote those.
See,
under
his
Stephen
writing,
King.
yeah.
He wrote them under his pen name of
Richard Bachman.
Bachman.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
His other
they're all
personality
Bachman.
isn't going to
It's
make
still
me like
Stephen
it any better. He has multiple personalities, aren't going to make me like it any better. So,
Right.
yeah, if you're writing under a different name, but you're still the same character, and you're trying to portray some other writer,
See, I would like to see more of his movies get remade.
multiple personality.
Like, Stephen King wrote a lot of really good stuff.
Like if they were to redo Pet Cemetery today,
Oh my god, that shit
do
could
it
be
right,
terrifying.
that would be fucking phenomenal, man.
Pet
I'm
Cemetery
telling you, like,
was
fucking,
kind of scary. It
Desperation.
was scary.
Desperation and The Regulators would be amazing movies if they remade them. Well, they only made Desperation. They need to do both and release them one after the other.
Did you guys read
Yep.
Cujo, though? Because I like the movie Cujo. I think that was his best.
I didn't read Cujo.
I've never read Cujo, but I watched the movie. But from what I understand, they stuck pretty much close to the book.
Maybe that's why I liked it. Maybe it's more...
It was a good movie.
I don't know.
I like the movie, I never read the book.
That movie there alone terrifies me of St. Bernard's.
I've read Pet Cemetery,
Okay.
and the movie could definitely be way better if they remade it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Except for The Neighbor.
Well, how many movies could be nowadays way fucking better? Honestly.
Didn't you say something about The Watchmen some time ago, Zodiac? Like,
Oh, The
did
Watchmen
you-
was spot fucking on.
So you
Yeah,
read the book and...
Painstakingly went out of their way to actually, like, shot for shot remake frames out of the comic.
Isn't that
Dude,
basically
it
about
was-
superheroes
You know
that
how
want the end of the
irritating
world?
that was to see that movie? Well,
Hold on, what's now? I missed what you said.
Dude, I went when I'd be up at 6 a.m. I went to go see the midnight release,
Noise.
and then fucking that was a horrible idea.
Didn't
The
like the
movie
movie?
was-
Or...
I loved the movie. It was
Oh.
so long though, and
Oh, it is a long...
I went to a movie theater that you get to butter your own popcorn, and they have comfy seats. So
That's what I do, too.
the drive to Kenosha. Problem is, that means I had another fucking 45-minute drive back home after the movie. I didn't
Right.
get in bed till fucking 4:30. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't get beer then.
Right.
But
No,
I thought that was one of the most amazing comic book movies ever.
that was a great movie.
Because yeah, Trigger, you were saying it is basically super spoiler alert for a fucking 10-year-old movie.
you can't spoiler alert
it
a
is-
10-year-old movie.
I know, right?
If you haven't seen it, then you fucking suck at life.
Yeah, basically.
Daredevil.
But yeah, it is basically superheroes who are not so much the end of the world. They're kind of trying to become relevant again and
They're
They
just
don't
figure out a way to create their
has-been.
version of Utopia.
They're like the has-beens trying to make another name.
Well, what happened was the superheroes got outlawed in that movie. In I forget what the act was called. It was in the 50s or 60s. They just completely banned them. You were not allowed to be a superhero anymore.
So you can have your
That
powers, but
was-
you can't be a superhero.
I believe that was the.
There was
end of
only one.
superhero.
There was only one that really had powers, and that was Dr.
Dr.
Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, yeah. But isn't he
Yeah, he
pretty
was
much
the
immortal?
first real
Is he
superhero.
stronger than Superman and everything? Nothing, he's invincible.
Not that they exist in the same universe, but yeah, he's he can rearrange the atoms in anything to make it whatever he wants it to be, essentially.
So he's basically
When
God.
he gets all depressed because his girlfriend breaks up with him, he fucking goes to Mars and builds a glass city out of sand.
Yeah, the dude was awesome.
And then when he decides to leave at the end, he's just like, yeah, maybe I'll go somewhere else. Maybe I'll create some life of my own.
Later. Just dips.
I mean, he's essentially a god.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
The
more
fucking the
of
sex
a god
scene.
you
The
can be.
goddamn sex scene. There was
Yeah,
like fucking 6 of him.
What girl would be bitching about that?
I think it's because she didn't she didn't ask for him to do that. He just kind of split off into 6 different personalities and then 6 different versions of himself while his main self was still out in the lab working. Pissed her off.
Oh, well, how would she know? What if one of his real selves was there?
She didn't
But-
know until after. She was like, oh, gross. I don't want 6 of you in here. And she's like all mad, trying to tell him about why she doesn't want that. And she walks out and he's really still out there working. She's like, what the fuck?
Sounds like a needy bitch.
Right? Nah, she was banging Night Owl right after that.
Yeah, so obviously it didn't really matter that much to her.
Which, by the way, fucking worst cut rate Batman I've ever seen. Night Owl.
You know this, dude. Just like I said the other day, I was thinking Daredevil should be Batman and Batman should be Daredevil because Batman does all these daring ass things that nobody
Batman's
else
been around
could-
long.
I'm just saying,
but
like he's
Daredevil was
always,
not.
you know, Daredevil has
was
the hearing ability like a bat. So why wasn't that swapped? Besides Hell's Kitchen being the only
Marvel DC.
conclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Daredevil movie was not done entirely according to comics.
God,
There's
no.
too many theatrics in it.
The
Only
movie
because it
horrible. The
was
series
Batfleck
was
playing it.
Yeah, the series is fucking great. I
I
honestly
like
I didn't
Batfleck.
read Daredevil, so I don't really know. Do you see
Alright.
like Batfleck?
I like
Yeah.
Batfleck.
Ugh.
Batfleck played
Ugh.
Daredevil in the
I like
in
Batfleck.
motion
He's a good
picture.
Batman.
I liked him better as Daredevil.
I want
Yeah.
them to make a Batman movie with him.
I don't like him.
You
I buy him
suck
as
balls.
I buy
Dude,
him as Bruce
they
Wayne.
already-
He just fucking
They already
sucks
put
as
him in
Batman.
against Superman.
He's great as both.
He is
I love
not.
it. I love it. Love it.
He
Uh,
bulked up too much to be the Batman.
No,
But he's supposed to be a
I
big
think
character
he's
as
the
Batman.
Perfect
No.
Batman, honestly.
Batman is not
I know
the-
what Batman he's supposed to be.
Batman is not supposed to be a skinny ass Batman like the last one. Last three.
No, but he's supposed to have a neck.
He's got a neck. It's connected to
He-
all that
Are
muscle.
you
Holding
fucking
on
kidding me?
shoulders.
He's like
He's
a
in the
fucking-
bat suit.
Dude's walking around like a major buff version of Tattoo from Fantasy Island.
Right?
Okay.
He's
Dude,
not
I
tall
love-
enough to
I
be
love-
as bulky as he is.
Affleck as Batman.
I'd say the fight scenes are more realistic in this last one.
I'll give you that one.
Because everything else
Wonder
just
Woman?
seems too choreographed. But no, I think you did a
What do you
good
think
job.
it's going to be when they bring out Justice League?
I'm not saying I'm not going to watch Justice League and all that, but I'm just going to say that I don't like Batfleck. He didn't sell me.
I think
I mean,
what ended up happening is that
Batman v
Wonder
Superman
Woman.
v Batman v Superman, whatever it was called, was just god awful in
No,
general.
Yes.
I think what ended up
It
happening
was-
is Wonder Woman took
They
the
tried
cake.
to cram like 2 movies. No, the problem was they tried to cram like 2 or 3 movies into one fucking movie.
Yeah, like they really
was
did
their
not
issue.
need
They put
Doomsday in there at all.
Too much
Nope.
shit
Well,
in
yeah, they had
one
Superman, they had
fucking movie.
Doomsday, they had, you know,
Not to mention, they totally fucked up Doomsday. They were nowhere near the
No.
Doomsday storyline. It was some fucking crazy abomination that came out of a spaceship.
who's the actor that did Lex Luthor? Because I couldn't. It's
I
like
liked
I
him
just
as Lex Luthor.
sorry,
He was
but
good.
that made me kind of cringe watching him laugh at the end. I was like,
Yeah.
what? That was
They
I'll
should've
tell
got-
you right now.
They should have got Billy Zane.
probably.
They could have that it could have been so much better if they actually like did what Marvel did and built up to
Yeah,
Batman
that's
versus
what they should have
Superman.
done.
They should have built up to Batman versus Superman, not just.
That's
Marvel
what.
sort of
That's
does
really
that
what they
better.
should have done. After Suicide Squad, they should have given us a Batfleck Batman movie to force us to like him.
That would be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, but the thing
Yeah,
is, they
that's
come
the
out
kid.
with movies so much later. It's always like a year or two later. They just come out, 10 months later.
Marvel
They can do it.
Started their shit fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, they started it with fucking Edward Norton's Hulk movie.
Yeah, but
and
they
then
have
got
the
Iron
time,
Man.
they have the money.
So does DC. They just don't have the patience.
I know.
Or the imagination.
DC kind of slaps
Yeah,
this shit together.
and DC does
Marvel
lack
takes their
imagination.
time and will give you the whole fucking backstory on one character.
That's the thing. I will say, comic-wise, I like a lot of
Wolverine.
DC stuff way more than I like Marvel, because DC knows how to do a good, dark story.
Sure, but
Or
that's
any of the
really just
characters.
about the dark stories. But if they're going to connect different superheroes,
screen, okay, side by side comparison on a big screen, Marvel's going to take it every time because they take their time. They make it right.
They do.
Okay.
yeah,
DC is
kinda
rushing to catch up. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they
slap
were-
their shit together.
They thought that the comic book movies were gonna be not that big of a deal.
But
They'll
they
just
put
keep
no
riding
thought
out
into it.
Batman
Look
and
how
fucking
amazing
Superman.
the Dark
No,
Knight
no,
trilogy
see.
was.
Where they tested the waters was back in fucking 70s and 80s with Superman.
But those were good.
Yeah, that's where they tested. Okay. They
Christopher
were
Reeve
good.
Superman was amazing.
Yeah,
All-time
they-
favorite Superman.
They were good. However, they didn't bring in the revenue that they were expecting, so they just kind of laid back for it. Marvel
And they
comes
made
out
Batman.
and slaps out the fucking X-Men.
That was
Well,
not
that
Marvel,
wasn't
though.
till
That's Fox.
well after.
No, X-Men is a Marvel thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Marvel
no,
has
it's
no
purchased
actual
by
tie
Fox.
to it, except for the name Marvel has to be attached to it when they make the movie.
Yeah.
Fox completely owns the rights to those characters. as
Yeah,
well.
they own the rights to the
Yes.
characters. However, I believe
They're
Marvel's
trying to
the
buy
one-
them back.
Marvel's the one that created and sold them.
Yes, Marvel created and sold the characters, but they have no say in what happens in those movies.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
they went out and used Marvel's ideas, slapped them on a big screen motion picture, did it right, made millions of dollars, and by the time they got to Wolverine's origins, DC going, holy shit, we're getting killed here.
Well,
Well,
we gotta do
it
something.
wasn't even just that, because in that time span, you're also naming fucking Avengers movies,
Mhm.
fucking Iron Man, Thor, Captain
Spider-Man,
America, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Well, no, Spider-Man's not before those.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, it's the gay Spider-Mans. I don't count
Yeah.
those.
Hey, the Amazing Spider-Man movies were good.
Yeah.
Yes, those were good.
The ones with Tobey Maguire sucked.
Tobey Maguire
even saw
Spider-Man
the
was
Amazing
fucking
one,
god.
actually.
Those movies were abortions. Like those, especially the third one. Spider-Man 3 was just a late-term abortion.
Oh,
That shit
God,
had arms and
When
legs.
he was all fucking Venom and goth about it, I was like, you are such a fag. Sorry.
yes, exactly.
Don't
When he
mean
went,
to not be PC, but when he went all goth,
that was kind of weird.
Yeah, that
I'm like,
weird
what
emo
the
dance scene.
fuck is going on?
Yep.
No, it
that
actually
weird emo
started.
dance scene was just the worst
Wait.
thing in cinematic
Now that I
history.
remember that scene, it actually makes me think of the new Ghostbusters movie where Thor just starts dancing at the end. I'm just like,
Never saw it.
what
Ugh.
is
I
going on?
hated-
Wild
I
went to
hated.
see it with
I
my mom in
absolutely
theaters and
fucking
walked out.
hated.
When you see
The new
when you see
Ghostbusters.
what you think is Thor start to dance and do show tunes as a possessed ghost in a Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
I
Thor
just-
has to
Yes.
pretty much play a
I
badass
can't.
now. He can't
I
play
can't-
a fucking dork.
I can't. It it kind of like scrambled something in my brain when I saw that. I couldn't.
There were some funny
He
parts
was
in
a
the movie.
dork / hipster is what he played.
Yeah.
Sure,
I feel
but
like,
when it got to the end of the movie, it's like they're
McCarthy needs to
mixing.
publicly apologize for that.
It's like they're mixing Ghostbusters 1 and 2 because they brought the symbol of the Ghostbusters for them to fight, and then they had the Zool theme too in there, you know, with the first and the second thing just like mashed together. It's like they mashed Thanksgiving together, you know, Thanksgiving dinner together here.
Yeah, and Slimer gets thrown in for no reason.
I know.
Yeah.
And then like the 3 different actors of cameos, you know.
And Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson was at the end.
They didn't have Egon in that one, I don't think.
No, he's dead. So
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
can't.
They-
I said
they
3.
can't have
But
it.
they
I don't think they were going to dig him up for it.
They're gonna dig him up and just show his skeleton.
That would have been great. They should have done that. They should have dug up the actor that played Egon and just fucking Weekend at Bernie's that shit.
I'm sorry, but Weekend at Bernie's was actually a funny as shit movie.
You know, they're just
No, that
walking
would have
Egon
worked for
around with
Ghostbusters
fucking
too,
strings
because
and sunglasses.
they could have brought his spirit out at the end and be like, "I didn't ask you to do this. Put me back in the grave." Oh.
Sweet Jesus, man, we're recording.
I'm sorry. I am still sick. And I'm now into the stages of coughing everything up.
Gross.
Yeah. I hate this part.
Yummy.
Love the part
Yummy.
after, you know, the being better part. But
Yeah.
the part of just the fucking coughing everything up is just not okay.
Well, sorry. We'll stop talking about Ghostbusters because that's making it worse for you, it seems. So.
Well, that I would say that the Ghostbusters remake made it worse for everyone. Just life in general.
Yeah,
Just knowing that movie exists.
Bothered to watch it.
Beetlejuice.
Oh God,
Beetlejuice.
My favorite.
Was that based on a book?
I love that movie.
Just
They wrote a book on it. They did write a book on it.
Was
You
it
know
based
what?
upon the book within the movie,
Awesome.
the handbook for the recently
Handbook for
deceased?
Recently Deceased.
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually. buy
That's
Love
Okay.
that fucking movie.
okay.
I saw that movie in theaters in '88 when it came out.
And they're
Nice
producing.
fucking merp, merp became my fucking catchphrase.
They are discussing production of Beetlejuice 2 very soon.
that. Yeah, they've been discussing that.
Is
for
Michael
a
Keaton
good
going to
decade.
be Beetlejuice?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
If he's not, then no one will go see
Him
it.
and I forget her name. Who's the?
Winona
Winona
Ryder.
Ryder?
Yes. Yeah, that's who I forgot.
Yeah, she
Gina
was in the
Davis
Aliens movie.
and Alec Baldwin. And... Yeah.
What? That was
Supposed
Sigourney
to be.
Weaver.
No, that's Gina Davis.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking to Trigger. He
What?
said Winona Ryder was an alien.
Oh, that was Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's Sigourney Weaver.
I never said that.
Didn't you?
No,
You just said that.
No, I did
Oh,
not.
okay. It sounded like Trigger. It must be the cold. Must be
Yeah, I did.
must be Sal's illness.
That was me. Sorry, Trigger.
It's that Midwestern accent.
There's no accent. What the fuck are you people talking about?
Exactly.
That's exactly your
Sal,
accent is your lack of
please-
accent.
Anybody.
Please educate
Who
these
has-
fools here
Like
about.
we don't have accents.
Hey.
Yeah,
I
not
said
really
nothing
until you get
about
to.
an accent to anybody.
Like, I
Okay,
know
I'll
people
look
who
you up.
live in Chicago, and none of them go Chicago.
I've met plenty of people
I
from
live-
Chicago that have that
I
accent.
live
I've also
up
met
No,
New
then
York.
they're from New
Wisconsin
York.
who sound like
Southern
fucking
accent.
Bobby's.
The only people who have that accent are
Don't you
old
know?
as fuck.
That's
Just like
Minnesota.
Minnesota. People from Minnesota have that crazy accent.
that's
I'd love to
Minnesotans.
go, dude.
From
Fucking
Minnesota.
The UP, where we were fucking fishing. Oh yeah, don't you know? And they fucking pulled the engine like this, don't you know? They
I have an
choke
uncle
out
that
and
talks
spit
that
this.
way.
I was like, oh my god, I could live here. I love these people.
Yeah, they fucking all talk like the Darrell brothers from Saturday Night Live.
It's
Yeah, that's
so
that-
awesome.
Yeah, that's not Wisconsin though. That's not Chicago though. I
Northern
mean,
Wisconsin has that shit, but Chicago.
that's because
no.
they're closing in on Canada.
If
Minnesota
if
does
anybody
too.
You fucking knew had that dumbass Chicago accent.
Yeah, well, I
'Cause
know
they're
that
trying.
Minnesota and Wisconsin, they both use the A at the end of their sentences sometimes.
Northern Wisconsin does.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's close to the lake.
Like where Trigger is, he's fucking towards the bottom of the state. So
Yeah. Most of the central Midwest is not going to have an accent. That's the reason why in the past they would actually hire people for news channels from the Midwest because they needed somebody without an accent. So that's what they used to do. I don't know if they still do that, but
clearly.
Sorry to get
Clearly.
up for a second. I'm back.
No, but they
Sorry.
do teach the Midwestern accent as a like acting class for foreign people to learn English. Because
Oh, yeah?
it's a clear and concise.
What, unlike the New England accent?
Yeah.
well, they don't
Not that
want
I have.
everybody saying either New England stuff or y'all or other things like that because
Park the cat, have the ad.
They don't want Southern.
I can't
They
find
don't
my
want
fucking car
fucking
keys.
Redneck.
Yeah. Yeah, khakis are pants anywhere except for here.
Just fucking normal English so people can understand what the fuck you're saying.
In Massachusetts,
Exactly.
you need your khakis to start your car.
you need khakis to start your car.
That's fucking horribly.
Nobody believes that I'm from here either, because they're like, "What? You don't sound like you're from Massachusetts." I'm sorry, I'm educated.
Are you actually from Massachusetts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
born and raised.
Really?
Mhm.
Damn. That amazes me.
No
I'm
accent.
with everyone else.
Nobody believes
Nah,
I'm
People,
down in
a lot of people
Southern
actually
California.
think I'm Canadian.
Nobody believes I was raised
I
in Southern
can see that,
California.
actually. You have
Everybody
that
always
kind of
guesses Texas.
twang to your voice. Yeah, no, you do have a southern
Twang.
accent. Looking there, Chaos. You-
Yeah,
you
well,
sound
I spent
like a
quite a
fucking
bit of
southern-
time down in Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, every time Chaos you say, I can hear some of your where you've been coming out. So
Yep.
no, that's the thing. Like even Bulldog, I guessed where he was from just by how he was talking. When he was talking, I'm like, yeah, you're from
Yeah, but
the southeast, right? He's like, yeah, I'm in Georgia. I'm like, yep. I guessed it.
but if you didn't know where I was, you would.
I'm
never
betrayed
guess.
by Bulldog. I've been betrayed.
I would have said California.
You abandoned us. I'm hurt.
I would have said somewhere in the west, southwest.
Who? What? Chaos?
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd definitely be more a Southwest person, in my opinion. Also,
When I
I would have
first
guessed.
mentioned, that's what I was thinking.
I would have guessed Virginia.
Northern Texas.
I think you
Man,
take your.
Virginia, not happening.
I think you take your,
Yeah, I
your
wouldn't go back
residency
either.
of where the people you talk to with you, wherever you go. Like for you, Zodiac. I mean, if you're on a boat all the time, you're talking to people from all over the place. So you're probably balancing yourself out, and probably going to lose that accent to some degree.
I
mean,
never
especially if
really
you're-
had much of an accent. If I had any of it, though, it was kind of bred out of me through my radio training.
Mhm.
Because you needed
Yeah,
to
'cause-
speak nice and clearly.
Yeah, if you do PR, and I did PR.
Unlike the one recruit who I have no idea how he got into fucking the A school for operations specialist. Because, I mean, you got to be able to speak clearly on a radio for that job. This motherfucker had a speech impediment. Bitch sounded like fucking Hans Gruber.
What?
That's bad.
Was his
fucking Gruber,
was his
right?
uncle
Yeah,
or
yeah.
family member there? That's like, yeah, let's get him in here anyways. Why? Because I know him.
And he
Get on
sounded
on.
fucking German. because his speech impediment was so bad.
Jeez.
And so, to even things out and make it cool, so he wouldn't feel unlike the rest of us, we made him sing cadence all the time.
Yeah, I bet that was fun.
I got him drunk once and made him sing Tiny Bubbles for karaoke.
Yeah.
Tiny Bubble.
Yeah, I know that one.
I'm going to hell.
That's pretty gay.
Aren't we all?
Oh.
Satan's just out there writing all this shit down. Oh man, you were so fucked up to that kid with the speech impediment.
I'm gonna make you sound like Max fucking Headroom down here.
Right.
Yeah,
That is so awesome.
we're all going to hell. We all know it.
That's a funny thing. I was telling you, Zodiac, when I was watching the Supernatural show. I'm like, dude, Plague is Max Headroom. And you're like, how do you know? Just his voice. I can tell. I can instantly tell. That's his voice. And
I
I
couldn't
even
believe
put
that
that on
shit,
our
man. I
intro
did not
too.
know that.
I was like, that's got to be him because it kind of looks like his face, like if he was old and this age now. Because
Haven't
back
hit
in the
that
time,
So
Yeah,
you've
I
watched
think.
more. You've
People-
watched a lot more Max Headroom than me.
Oh yeah, well I'm a '80s kid, so I grew up seeing.
I
stuff
only
like
really
that.
knew him from
We're
like
all
the
80s
MTV
kids,
commercials that he
except
did.
for
I didn't
Thanos.
really know him from like his actual show.
Yeah, but I mean, even watching that, people at the time thought that was like a computer animation. I'm thinking it's just a guy with makeup on his face, and they've got a
Yeah.
thing in the background, and he's just a comedian. And I looked this up, and I'm like, hot damn, that's gotta be it. After I told you, then I looked it up. I'm like, yep, I was right. Max Headroom is Plague on Supernatural.
I will
I
allow
don't
the
think I've
Supernatural
run
talk
into that.
because it is based on a book.
I don't think I have
Supernatural,
hit
based
Plague
on books.
yet on Supernatural. Yeah.
No, he's like season 5, 6.
I'm in season 5 right now, so I haven't. I'm like
Wait,
Maybe
wait.
even later then.
episode 14.
Would Supernatural be a meta book though? A book within a book, or how would that be?
No,
Know how
a lot
that
of his
goes?
storylines are actually based on shit that happened in the Preacher comics in the 90s.
Oh,
I've read interviews I've read and watched a couple interviews with Garth Ennis, the guy who created Preacher, and he said like shows like Supernatural, and he listed a few other movies and TV shows that have borrowed like major parts of their storylines from the Preacher comics. Like Supernatural's took a lot, like fucking God is missing, angels are dicks, stuff like that.
Angels on this show so far, pretty much, yeah. Giant fucking dicks, but
I gotta say,
Yeah,
Castiel's
Cass
one
is
of my
the only
favorite.
angel is not a dick.
He's probably my favorite actor on that show.
Well, he's kind of a
actually,
dick in
I
the
just
beginning.
Watched the episode where Michael got into Dean's dad. He wasn't that big a dick. Not as big a dick as Uriel and Raphael, but
Yeah.
he still had a little douchiness to him. But
I'm telling
I
you,
think it's-
you've got a lot of good episodes coming up.
Mm-hmm. I think season. What was your favorite season so far?
I'm
My-
bad with knowing the seasons. I know episodes.
I would have to say season 4, where the final seal gets broken.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever when's the mystery
So far. What?
The
the
Mistress?
mystery spot episode? That's one of my
That
favorites.
was fucking crazy. That was just Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Groundhog Day with Dean dying every day.
Every fucking way you could think of, too.
He's going
I don't
about his
remember that.
business like normal, and Sam's just getting more and more strung out.
I don't remember that one right now.
I did learn that the trickster wasn't exactly a trickster. He was somebody else. No spoilers. Other than that.
Yeah.
The first time he was on the show, he wasn't. After that, yeah, he wasn't.
He's also one of my favorite characters too.
Love the trickster. That whole episode where the changing channels one, where they were in the TV show.
That was awesome. That is awesome.
That is my favorite episode.
It's for me. It's either between that or Baby. Either one of those, I really like the best.
Baby was a really good episode. That's way, way beyond where Wes is
I can't tell you anything about it, Chaos. Basically, it's the whole perspective of the show is taken from the car's perspective, the Impalas. So, like the camera angles and everything are
you don't see anything happen in the show that doesn't happen within sight line of the car.
It's like living vicariously through the sight of the Black Impala. You know? It's really cool. It's almost like one of those old hot rod shows or something.
I laughed my ass off at the episode where they were stuck in TV land and they turned Sam into a kid.
Oh my Christ. That is my favorite part of that episode, where Dean's rooting around the trunk. He's like, God, Dean, that feels really weird. Yeah, that's really uncomfortable.
Eddie's kit, yeah.
Where'd you get holy fire from? You might say I pulled it out of Sam's ass.
Right?
That stuff is all pretty spot on. Yeah. Well, I don't know much else about shows or anything. I was thinking, I was going to talk about some.
One franchise that went totally off the books when they did Rogue One. Yeah, Star Wars.
I think we've mentioned before on the show, I have never seen a Star Wars movie.
I don't think hardly any of us are Star Wars fans. Unless maybe Sal. I don't even know.
Chaos
I like Star Wars movies.
I've seen all the Family Guy stuff. I got the gist.
Wow.
They probably put the whole movie in the entirety of Family Guy, though.
You seen the episode? I love the
They
episode.
did.
of Family
They did
Guy.
the trilogy recreated with Family Guy characters. They just made it watchable.
I remember Family Guy episode where Brian owed Stewie money and Stewie beat the fuck out of him.
Love it. Where's my money, man? Got money for fake mustaches.
He beat the holy hell. Okay, let's go to the bank. Dude's tore up. Oh.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
But I'm coming up on hour 20-ish here on my end, though. Trigger.
Okay.
Seems like we're running out of steam.
Well, I was going to talk about Aliens a bit more, if you guys wanted to, but I don't know.
Alien
It's up to
movies
you.
or Aliens?
Aliens.
Let's do a full
Aliens,
Aliens episode next week, if we're going to do Aliens.
If Trigger's going to be on next week.
I will not.
We're getting the 2 week.
I can still record it if you just want to do the show, and we'll see how we can get it out there.
I won't be at probably a good place to do much. I mean, I might be able to be on, but I'm not sure. Can't guarantee. So
Just put it on your phone.
yeah,
Let's see
but I'll
what
be
we can
driving
do.
a lot. So I might be driving.
That's
at the time.
why headsets and
Yeah, get a
speakerphones
Bluetooth.
were invented.
Maybe. We'll
You have a
see.
Bluetooth headset, pair it to your phone.
Yeah, but I'm doing long distance driving, so I don't know if I want to do a whole thing. I might. I'm not sure. That might be distracting.
Well, we'll save an Aliens topic for when you get back then.
Yeah, I guess. Doesn't matter to me, but. Anyways, so
We can take
we're all
next week
done
off.
here.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Outro this bitch.
I guess so. How about you take us through the steps, Zodiac? and I'll finish it up.
Like usual. I do all the work. Trigger takes all the credit.
Hey, somebody has to.
Right. All right, yeah, so I guess that wraps it up for this week. Catch us on Twitter, @AdamZodiac. All the updates and news about the show, plus whatever the fuck else I feel like tweeting out that day. Six Pack Saturday nights on my channel. I'm the Zodiac. That's me. Follow us on Facebook, not Twitter. I already said the Twitters. So yeah, Facebook's The Crow Show or @The Real Crow Show if that's easier. I think that's all my social medias.
Okay. All right. So, yep. I guess that finishes it here. You'll be watching the show on my channel, VeracityTrigger, and we had with us Chaos, Panic Disorder, and Sowsauce today, talking about tons of random stuff. A little bit of aliens, a little bit of movies and books to movies, and some off-topic stuff. So, yep. We covered the whole gambit, and that'll have to do it for today. So, yeah, thanks everybody for watching all the way through. Definitely like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you later.
Later, guys.
Bye, everybody.